Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura, and tonight's focus subject will be about criticism. Sure, we've all had some of that in our lives. And then I'm going to do a brief meditation, energy connection, and we will go to the phone lines. We have some wonderful callers in place. If you're on Facebook and listening to this, the phone number to call is clearly delineated over and over again on my public figure page, on the comments for this post, this live post. Let me see if I could find it so I could bring it up for you. I'm not very good about getting around over here, especially when the show is going, so please bear with me. I'm going to say the number to call. It is, hold on, 347 area code 945-9849, and that should be in the comments there on Facebook, and certainly is on the website for the show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. I call it TV because it's easier to type than radio. I was going to do Spirit Medium Radio, but I decided on TV because it's shorter. But also I do have a visual component to the show. And that now is broadcasting live on Facebook. There is a website for the show, as I mentioned. If you make a donation there, if you donate $8 because you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, you will jump the gate. You will not have to wait. But that's if you have an urgent matter. Okay? Otherwise, I just do first in, first out of people that have called. The phone lines open up, and I am here clearing who's called in early so that you have a better chance of being spoken to. So from 15 minutes before the hour, at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time, you will be screened and you will have a better chance of getting spoken with during the show. So keep that in mind. If tonight I can't get to you, try again another night. It's always Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But again, call in 15 minutes earlier and you get a better chance of being spoken with. Okay, so anything else? Yeah, you do have, anybody who listens to the radio show gets a bonus of a third more time free than that for which you pay. I call that the free for me. And all you have to do is explained at spiritmediumtv.com, but I'll say it now. When you go to book your appointment at booklaura.com, that's booklaura.com, enter event code radio show, and you will get a third more time added to what you pay for. So if you paid for 30 minutes, you get 10 minutes extra. Not bad, huh? Okay. So what's all this about criticism? Why did Laura decide to write about criticism? Everything I talk about is something that happened. Okay? I know, or I believe, that Spirit is bringing me the subjects that are going to be most relevant to everybody that is in my sphere. So if you'd like to receive ongoing articles of this sort, spiritually channeled, spiritual law, channeling, psychic, things about your life. You want to receive articles like this, join our mailing list. You can do that at spiritmediumtv.com. And you will also be reminded of the show, so you do call in early or you make your donation to be spoken with. Doesn't get any better than that. Looks like somebody just made a donation. Hold on one second, please. Nope, I don't think so. That's good. I don't want too many donations, everybody. Try to get to the phone lines also, because there are people out there who really, 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 really need this help. But speaking of criticism, so last week I had the nerve, I had the gall to read the comments on Facebook. And actually, it threw off one of my callers who'd made a donation because it was nasty. The stuff was nasty. Okay. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. This is a free country, allowed to say whatever we do. But I do have a problem with not representing what I do properly. So if anybody is curious, this is not fortune telling. This is spiritual law, spiritual guidance, working at a deep soul level. It's not me telling you what to do. It's me helping you discover what to do. If we're doing a life reading, if we're doing something about medical and health, it's again to give you insight. And last but not least, if I do anything that has to do with the other side, mediumship, it is evidential. I'm not just doing woo-woo crazy stuff here. I try really hard to keep it real. So I just want to say that. So every now and then we do get criticism. We get it from all places. And if you are getting criticism, remind yourself the law of vibration or the law of resonance states we attract what we are. So if we're resonating negative self-talk for any reason, okay, we will attract that. So if you are attracting criticism, change your self-talk. Change your self-talk. Change how you feel about yourself. Do whatever it takes to back yourself up, so to speak. And that is the essence of the article. There's more about it there, but that is the essence of it. If you're interested in reading the article, just go to spiritmediumtv.com. You can search for how to deal with criticism. Right now, it should be on that page. You should be able to see it. But if you're listening to this at a time in the future when you can't see it anymore because I keep writing new articles, you can search for how to deal with criticism there. Give you some pointers. Okay, so let's do our little energy connection, our prayer energy connection, and then I go to the phone lines. So everybody listening, if you would please sit back and cross your arms and legs and start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply. And on the exhale, letting go of any and all tension that you might feel within yourself, within your life, within your heart, relaxing deeply, letting go. And as you continue to breathe in from your abdomen, begin to focus in on what it is you need tonight from spirit. If it is a loved one in the spirit realm, call that person in. If it's simply something about your life, start to focus on that now. As you do that, I will go and invoke the Master Prayer. I will be right back. And now on your next exhale of breath, please release your energy into your space, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, I do need to make a comment about 856-904. She has been dropped several times. If she does call in, I'm going to try to find her. I think she is a donation. Let me just double check. Then I will go to the phone lines. Just saying, everybody got to be fair, right? Yeah, and she needs mediumship. So I'm listening. I'm looking for you, Donna. Let me just write it down here because she did make a donation and she has a very serious thing she needs to talk about tonight. All right. Forgive me, everyone, for stopping to do that. So I'm going to go to the person who made the donation first, and that is Christina, who did that last week. I saved her for today. Let me see if I can find her. She would be, there she is. Hi, Christina. Hi, sweetie. How are you this evening? I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. Okay, so you had a couple of questions. One of them is, how are B and I on the right track? Something about your health, and then the future of your parents, L and J. And I can, I want to be polite, of course. So I'm going to do my best. Yeah, I'm going to do my best, but I also, only do one question really per donation. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. What we're going to do is focus in on one. Yeah, we'll focus in on the first part, the first question, and then we'll just give a quick answer on the second two. Is that okay? Yeah. All right, B and I on right track is no. No, I feel a lot of turbulence around or home or living situation, a lot of upset, anger, a lot of acting out. You're, yeah, you're trying to make the best of it because you're very smart. And I think you feel the other person, you feel the other person is going through something now. There's a lot of stress, and I believe it's a him in his life. Is it him, honey? Yeah, there's a lot of stress in his life right now. You know he's going through this, and you're trying to be supportive of him, but he's very, very rough around the edges right now, and he's very difficult to get along with. He's not telling you everything. He is not telling you everything about his situation, and there's more. You know that there's more, and I feel that he feels there's a health issue here for him. I'm going to tell you why. It's more than just his living situation where he lives with you. It's about himself, how he feels about himself, and where he is going in life. He's really not very satisfied. Okay, so bottom line, he's not satisfied with where he's going in life, and he's blaming you for it because he has no one else to blame. You're sort of right. You're sort of like, what do they call that? Uh, Collateral damage. You're catching his upset. It's all about him, not about you really. And so we need to go to what will happen, what can be done here, because obviously if he's not going to take, let's see. He does need to find better work for himself, or work of some sort that will make him feel better about himself. And this will alleviate the problem. You know this already. Money is an issue for him, but things are very tight around the house. You're not blaming him, but it's difficult on you also. And so it's difficult for you to hide all that from him. So it's a very tense situation. So let's go to work, and will he be able to find work that makes him happy? Yes or no, Spirit? Yes, he will. And the interesting word is happy. The work has to make him happy. It's not any old work, but work that he feels he's very good at and brings back his self-esteem. It feels like he is a skilled worker, better than, he's not a handyman or anything. He has some skills, and he'd like to put them to work again. He'd like to get back in, behind the wheel of what it is he does or how he does it. And he will be finding employment soon. But hey, Christina, something's got to be done here with using you as the scapegoat or the punch. I know he doesn't mean to do it, but you're collateral, so to speak. Right. The only thing you can do, sweetie, is you have to encourage him to be himself, to do what he loves, and that he can do it. Give him that kind of thing. And then stay out of the line of fire, so to speak, so that you're not catching the bullets of what's going on in his head and his life, and so on and so forth. Will this work out or run? So right track is, if you do what we said, you'll be okay, but can this work in the long run? Because it's not just a one, right? It's not just a one-off thing. Ah, yeah, it will work in the long run because I do feel he cares about you. He just has some problems. And they're saying the word health again. It's emotional health. He needs a lot of healing. Yes, a lot of emotional healing about himself, the turmoil he's put himself through, and what he's doing about it. He's creating part of the problem because he doesn't feel good about himself, and he really doesn't know what to do to change that. You've been a guiding light to him, but you can't handle it all on your own. Bottom line is it can work out, but the advice is stay out of the line of fire, remind him that it's not your fault, and tell him, repeat over and over to him, he has to figure this out on his own. He has to figure it out for himself. You can't tell him. Nobody can tell him. Only he can tell himself. And he is quite worthy and capable of figuring it out himself. I also feel there's a problem there with something he's doing. Either he's drinking a lot of beer or he's taking some things to relax himself, which is not really helping the situation.
The fear thing came up before, but that's his gut issue that he brought up before, not to cut you off.
Oh, that's fine then. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah. And he wants to that, but that's what that is.
Okay, well, maybe did they explore Candida then? You know what Candida is, right?
Yes, but that also gave him a pattern that will make it more. It just becomes that everything is being working and feel.
Got it. I would also suggest that he needs to stay away from white flour, any kind of flour, and any kind of sugar. It's a trigger. It's a trigger for the bowel problem. Yeah, it sets. Yeah. He's addicted to, as everybody else is, a lot of sugar, and it's not necessarily eating sweet things. It may just be he likes white flour, white bread, white things, and it's in sugars in everything. Yeah, and it's affecting his health a lot. And then it's creating a bowel, what do you call it? The flora in the bowels is imbalanced, so that we have something called candida. Yeah, and so with that, eating, I know it's hard to get him to eat greens, but if at least get him to get him away from the sugar and the white flour somehow, you'll be on a better footing with him, because it's when somebody has yeast overgrowth, it's like they're drinking. It's like an addiction. Yeah. And moody, short of temper, and foggy brained, and it does a lot to him. So anyway, I do feel he loves you, and I think this can be worked through with better communication about you being supportive of him and supportive of yourself. You keep reminding him that he shouldn't take it out on you. He needs to figure this out for himself, and he is extremely capable of doing that, so that he's reminded that he can figure this out. He can do this. He's going to do quite well, actually. Keep telling him that, because what we're putting in our head is what we're ultimately going to do. So give him good positive idea, good positive outcome. As for your own health, as I say the word health, I feel a lot of burning in your stomach, like as if you might be wondering if you have acid problem or ulcer. Is that what the health issue is for you, love?
Yeah.
What is the health issue? Well, what is your health issue?
Yeah.
Well, you're asking about your health. Well, you're asking so you just say in general, how's your health? Because you said you were interested in health, and I'm trying to be succinct here. All right. Oh, let me just take a quick look. Oh, all right, hold on. Physical therapy for Christina M. You need to get to do movement. You need to move. I'm not getting any particular other than that you just need to start walking more now. It could be painful at times, but it is the right thing to do. Do a little bit and start building up strength again, and you will find that everything will start to align properly, and that you will, within a month, start to see a big improvement. As for your parents, Ellen J, future, I can't probably give you a whole future reading, but I just want to see something. Yeah, let me just see something there, love. Well, they need to be around somebody that knows them and that can help them. They shouldn't be alone all the time. That's my main thing with them, to keep them close to you or get them closer to you and that you could look in on them better. They shouldn't be, I feel they're alone somehow or at a distance from you and that needs to be corrected. And when you can get the money to do that, can't be done instantly, but over time, you should have that as part of your 5-year plan, if you will, and that will make the situation with them much. They'll be safer. Okay, sweetheart? I appreciate you, and so do the animals. Thanks for the donation, honey. God bless. Thanks. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, so as you can see, I try to go quickly. Let me see if I can find the second donation here where she came back. I feel so badly. If I don't get you during the show, Donna, I will get you after the show. Everybody listening, if somebody made a donation, I have responsibility to fill, and I do my very best to get them on the show, and if not, sometimes after the show, if I can, and if not, I either ask for next week or we give them a refund. Okay, so Donna is not back online, and I will keep looking for her. I also need to check. Oh no, there she is. Donna, are you there? Good. Okay, so that dropped. I have a drop that your call was dropped, but that's from before. All right. So you're wanting other side connection. You already told me you have lost a friend or somebody that you know is not a family. That means to me not a family member. So I'm just going to see who pops in. This is for Donna at 856 area code. Please come in for Donna. Well, I do feel that there's a female here for you that is a mother figure. So if it's a friend, maybe she was like a mother figure, but what a mother figure means is an older female is a nurturing energy to you. Would you understand that for the one you've lost, please? Because it is a strong vibration. Okay, well, that's one that is popping in right away. Let's see if we can sniff around a little bit, see who else is around. And by the way, most experienced professional mediums would not do that. They don't do that. They won't. They refuse. I don't know why, but they have that. They're going to pick up who they pick up because that leads to the greatest success. But I have found it's okay to look around. So let's look around. So we do have the older females, a mothering energy who's looking out for you on Earth. Let's look at the males, men. Please give me some sign, please, sir. Please show me who you are. Okay. First thing I want to say is I see a huge white light. Next thing I want to say is I get a letter D, like a Don or Donald or something like that. May not be his name, but I do get that. Oh, well, you're Donna, so we already know that. But there may be another use for that name. Okay, D-O-N. All right, so I'm putting that in there. The third thing I'm getting is a male that looks like he has brown hair. It's on the straighter side. There is a little white in the hair. It's not perfectly dark, but it looks like at least his original color was white, was dark, and it's on the straighter side. Would that fit? I'm going to break everything down very carefully, Donna. Would that fit the hair description of the person you're thinking of? If not, I continue to search. Oh, okay. This particular male looks like George Stephanopoulos, the guy from, I think, ABC, the journalist. This male in spirit looks like him a little bit. So, okay, so I'm going to ask him to step aside. We're trying to find the friend of Donna, please, who's a very important person to her. She wants to know he's okay. Please step forward. Okay, one next thing that pops before me, which is very unusual, there's some kind of a knife or something like that that shows in front of me. Would that have anything to do with his transition? That could also mean surgery? I don't know. I don't have a definition for it. All I'm saying is I see a knife. Does that have any significance to you? All right, so that's nothing. That's fine, love. Oh, okay, he's starting to give me, I'm starting to get something new. Would you understand this male had a family? He does leave behind children, please. Okay, oh, okay. Well, he shows me children, and he shows me like at least four. It feels like there's a group of them, not just one child. Let me see what. It also looks to me like he's not on. He has, well, how do I say this? His body is not very well exercised. He has more of a softness, maybe a little bit of. He has more fat than muscle. The way he shows to me. Not that I'm saying he's fat, but it looks like his body is soft, and he does look like he's carrying extra weight on his form. Would that resonate for you with the person you're thinking of, please? All right. And then there's a problem with heart issue for this man. Would you understand that, please?
Not necessarily, but it could have been.
That's fine. Just
I might not,
all right.
I might not hear
That's fine. Well, just let the record strike. I do feel heart issue for him. I also feel that there are problems with his blood sugar that's getting out of control, as if he might have been pre-diabetic or diabetic, maybe type 2. Would you know anything about that, please? I know it's a weird thing to say, but showing me.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So these are two things. Blood pressure is high also, and he's not feeling well for a long period of time before he transitions. Not a sudden thing. It's a slower thing. And there's an illness there. But as you can see, there's a myriad of other degenerative diseases surrounding him. I'm not getting the actual cause of the transition, the one that you know yet, but I think I'm going to go there in a moment. But what I am getting, which I think you might understand, is a long illness before the transition. Would you know that, please? Yes or no? Oh, all right. Well, they're telling me, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, that's right. Yeah, thank you. Because it's not an instant. It's not like he was murdered in an alley or something. It's an illness, and it takes his, he says, these are his words, it takes his life by storm. He really doesn't know what to do about it. There's a waiting period before he does make any treatment. He says palliative treatment versus real treatment. So there's a time before making a decision for palliative treatment, and then finally he decides to go the palliative way. So that to me means that there would have been some other treatment before he decides, or maybe he's just in a mode of, I'm not sure what to do, and then he decides it's just palliative. So you would know if he just went sort of into hospice or just went for palliative care at the end. Would you know that, please? Then he does make a decision to do palliative care of some sort. That means making himself feel comfortable. Do you know anything about that? Or you're saying you do already and it's not the case? That's perfect. Just leave it like that. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to give you what I'm getting, but I have to be really clear and so that I'm not misunderstanding you. But I hear he does make a decision for palliative care towards the end of his life and doesn't really do much about the disease he had that progressed. Uh, well, now you kind of fed me the info, but he also says suddenly and fiercely throughout his system. I feel there's something going on. I feel in his stomach a burning. I feel a burning in his chest, and I feel other things are upsetting him. But he's really not able to get a handle on the illness. And then it takes his life by storm. He's not saying what the illness is. He's just giving me a symptom so far of burning in the stomach. And I also feel burning in the chest area. Would you have any knowledge that you can confirm that is so? All right. So I would say, yeah, I would say it's probably, just go to him instead of surmising. You want to tell me what it is, sir, please? Okay, he doesn't want to tell me. He says, I love you all on earth so much. He says, thank you, Donna, for taking care of me towards the end of my life. You were very instrumental, heal or trying to heal me or healing me or doing something to help me in the area of health. Now, would you understand that you did something to help him, Donna? Right? He's very grateful for that. He says, you held my hand at the end. He says, I'll never forget that. It was very, very important to me that I had somebody near me during that time of transition, as I did not want to be alone, and I didn't want to face this alone. So you were sort of moral support for him as he made his way into the golden lights. He calls it the golden lights, place of home and reckoning of the soul and everything about us. I'm going to go back to evidence and then I'll go forward to personal message. The reason I'm doing that for a reason, Donna, so bear with me. Something about his mouth is very interesting. I don't know what this means, Donna, but it's as if his whole inside of his mouth is very red and his lips are red. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that has any significance. I always give I always give what I get. In case it is something I don't, I certainly am not in a position to know. He shows me his mouth and his gums. That's fine. He says his mouth and his teeth and his gums were inflamed all the time towards the end also. It was like inflammation from what was going on in his body. So that's another symptom. And you probably would know that. But I'm just going to give that to you. Now what I'm going to do is to personal message. Well, he already did give you a personal message about being thankful and grateful. Well, there's something else. You've found something of his recently, like something you feel he sent it to you. It's like a leaf or something that you found that's very important and that you found it laying on the ground and you really weren't sure what it was, but you picked it up and you thought of him. He wants to let you know that he did communicate with you in this way. So if it's not exactly what I just said, there's something he's sending you or he did send you that makes you think of him or think of him, and he's trying to verify that for you. Would you understand that, please? So he's confirming that you did find something that he left for you that you found either around the house or outside in nature, but it's near the house. And he wants you to keep that close to your heart and not let it disappear, because that is something he indeed did send to you. And he says there's a musical note on it. I don't know what this means, a musical note of some sort that he gave you before he left Earth. It's like a vibration or something to look for. And that the thing that you found recently confirms what he said before he went to spirit. So I'm going to say that in English, the way I'm interpreting it. He might have said to you, I'm going to send you a sign before he left. And you might have said what it would be. And then you found something like that. And I think that's what he's trying to say. Yes? All right, sweetheart. I'm going to let you go now. And I want to thank you so much for calling in and allowing Spirit to be of service, honey. Thank you, love. Sure, absolutely. Thank you. I'm just going to make sure there are no more donations before I go to the phone lines. Looks like we're good to go. Just double check over here. Ba, 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 ba. And then I will be going to the first person who called into the reading queue, who called in early, and that would be extremely wise and knowledgeable Nathaniel. Because Nathaniel knows how to get through to me. Hi, Nathaniel. Yeah, Nathaniel knows the game here. Okay. All right. So you asked for everything, and you wanted another side connection with your father. Okay. So we're going to try to do that, love. Okay. But as you can see, other side connections are potential. If you want a life reading, you ask for a life reading. Hold on, Nathaniel, father, please come in. Do you understand your father was strict, stern, not easy to get along with? All right, that's all right. I only need yeses or nos, or you could also say maybe. I'm just trying to make sure I'm on the vibration. That's why I do that. So let me continue. He's very strong. He's also a strong disciplinarian. He loves you very much. He says when you ask him to come in for him, he always listens to you. He's showing me something like somebody on earth is gazing at the stars. You might be looking up at the stars lately. I don't really know, but it's as if somebody has a telescope and is looking upward. All right. He says you're seeing a lot of formations now. Okay. He's saying you're seeing a lot of formations now in the sky that are meaningful to you, and that something about the Big Dipper is not fully formed yet this time of year. It's a seasonal thing. He says you know what he means in the northern sky. There should be a certain formation that you've been looking for. He says you know about the sky, you know about formations in the sky, stars and all that. He also says that you know about numerology. And he says you're very accurate. I know it sounds a little weird, Nathaniel, but he says you're a very accurate statistician. You know how to use numbers. Very good with numbers. So you're good at numerology, you're good at numbers, you're good at looking at things, you're good at analyzing things. Now, wants to say something else to you. He says, stop looking around, stop analyzing, start doing, move forward. Don't always look backwards, only move forward, only look forward. He says, you know what I mean when I say your homework, about your homework. You need to do your homework to start to move forward. And he says, when you do your homework, meaning study and do the detail work on what you really want to do, look at that, do it, it will come to you. So don't look at other things. Don't look backwards. Only look forward and start to make things happen in your life. He says, because you really are, at this one, a royal number, meaning good things. Okay? So Daddy wants to talk a little bit metaphor today. Kind of creative guy. I'm not doing the normal kind of evidential mediumship, except for the personality, but sort of intangible things, and he's talking mostly about you. But if this makes sense, I'll let it go. I'll give you the message. Does this make sense to you, please? Is this something you want to ask, Dad? Well, that's kind of what he's saying, is stop looking up in the sky. Do your homework and then start looking forward and working on what you really want. It's not up to him to tell you money's coming in. It's up to you to do it. And that's what he's trying to say. And he also says, Daddy always knows best. He says, I'm gonna give you a spanking. He only means that playfully. Get going on your life work that you really like to do and start making money on that. He says, stop putting it in the background. Stop putting what you really want to do on the back burner. Really work at that and try to make it into something feasible for yourself. He says, you gotta like what you're doing for money to come to you. And he says, that's a true of you, Nathaniel, more than other people even. If you don't have the passion for it, you ain't going to put the effort in. So put the effort into what you really love. I think that's music, but you would know better than me. But you're creative, Nathaniel. You know that. Yeah, he's telling you to do the homework and get going on what you love to do, which is not, I mean, he's not saying to become a numerologist. He's, because you do like that also. And you'd also like astrology, probably, you're looking up at the sky. But he's saying, he's saying through me, he's giving you a kick in the butt because money's going to come when you work at what you love to do. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to somehow transmute what you like into something that's commercially working for you. Okay? So that's your message today. And money will come if you do what you love to do. Okay? Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, sweetie. Bye. Now I'm going to go to Melvin. Hopefully he's still here. There he is. Hi, Melvin. Long time no chat. Oh, honey, of course. So, you wanted to know something about money, right? You want to know what's going on with money with you, but go ahead and form an actual question, please. Mhm. Oh, all right. So you're not asking me if you're going to get a lump sum that's due you. You're asking for something extra like back pay for your, in other words, when you know how they work Social Security, you appeal for, go ahead, what were we gonna say? All right, let me just, yeah, I'm just trying to clarify. Back pay as a lump sum that you, but that's from your job, or is that from the Social Security because of the time, from the time you filed for it to the time you got it? That's what I'm trying to understand. From your job that you're out of? Oh, it's a workman's comp thing. All right. From Social Security, okay. So for the time you couldn't work while you were waiting to get the judgment on this. Hold on, will he get back pay? Yes or no? It's not pay, it's Social Security that should have been coming to you, but it couldn't come to you because they hadn't made a judgment on it yet. Well, I get a yes on that, love. And you don't really have to worry about this, but I do feel it will not happen until September, October. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe what you said to me. Because once they make the decision, well, the money's not going to arrive until then. And so, yeah, I think you're going to hear a decision before then, but I see September, October is going to be a new beginning for you where more money will be there. You'll be able to move, which is something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, right? And you're going to be, oh, okay. Yeah, right. Well, I hear that you're going to be able to, when the money comes in, it's going to allow you to move. So there's something to do with that. Um, and that everything will be falling into place. And you'll be making a new start. You'll get a new start on life, and everything's going to change throughout that. I also feel that when you, let me just finish this, Lovey. When I see you in this new place, this new apartment or HUD housing, whatever it is, house or home or whatever, that you're going to start doing something, some kind of work that's not going to be on the books. It's going to be something you create from your hands, something creative that you do, and that you would be selling this to people and that they would like it. It's like a craft of some sort. So don't give up your hobbies. Keep that in mind. Okay? Oh, I'm not, well, it's whatever you do. I get 3 years worth, 3 years worth of pay, whatever that is. That's what I'm getting, 3 years. And I also hear the message, they don't do much more than that. Uh, yeah, well, that's a lot to get at one step. I'm a little prejudiced about that because I have in my mind ideas, as you can hear. But let's see, not even getting 1,000 now. Again, I don't think I'm that great at the numbers, but I'm going to just give you what I'm getting. I get about a third more, a little over 1,000, like 1,100. So that's what I'm seeing. Only give you what I'm getting, and I'm not going to try to say it's wrong or right. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, sweetie? So, yeah. And you will get money, and just need to be positive and you will be working at something though. And it will be something off the books. That's something you're creating, like a craft hobby thing that you've been doing before that will also supplement your income some, and that you would like to do.
I think it's cheaper to have it.
All right, well, that sounds wonderful. Okay. Yeah, don't give that up. Always. Oh yeah, sure, honey. That's what I only do this once a week. The rest of the time I'm doing readings when I do them. I don't work as much as because yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you have access to the internet at all? Well, just go to booklaura.com and everything is there. Or you can call me. I'll give you my phone number. It's 954-465-7338. 954-465-7338. And as a radio show listener and caller, you get a third more time added to whatever you pay for. So you'll get a bonus. All right, sweetie? All right. I do. It'll all be there. You'll see it. When you go to book.com, it'll all be there. All right, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, and so I'm going to go to Darren. I just want to make sure that there's nothing I'm overlooking elsewhere. No surprises later on. Going to Darren. Great guy. Hey, Darren. Hey, I'm hearing something about you being a spiritual sort of guy. You're a very spiritual person. You're a very loving individual. And you need a lot of healing right now. You're really upset about something in your life that you've had to leave behind or left. You have to let it go. It's not going to work for you anymore that way. And you're going through a lot of transition. So it's all transformation and it's all good. Spirit wants you to know it's all good. And the things that you've wanted that didn't work out weren't right for you anyway. But know that you're a very spiritual person. Know that you are a light worker. Know that new things are coming to you. They're going to direct you. Keep up the prayer. Keep up the meditation. Keep up the asking. But do something you haven't done yet. Be optimistic, because with optimism, you're going to attract in what you need. Spirit wants you to change the way you're defining or labeling your experience from negative to positive. What they mean by that is it wasn't right for you. So let it go. It was not right for you. Now you can go ahead and ask a question. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, okay, I'm going to give you the generic answer and then I'll give you a refinement for you. The answer always is when you're doing the work that you came into Earth to do, which is service from purpose, service from gifts, money will always come to you. Right? Affirmation that brings it in very quickly is the following: And this is being recorded, so you'll be able to play it back. Anybody listening, you might want to listen up. This is the affirmation that sort of all the energy into place. I am using my natural gifts and talents in lucrative and productive service. That's it. I'm using my natural gifts and talents in lucrative and productive service to others. Now, I'm going to refine it for you because you have not really been on point for who you are till now. And I think there was a relationship issue that's the thing you're letting go of that was driving you crazy and it really screwing with your brain and self-esteem. So we want you to be happy, happy, happy. That's over with. Like I'm so glad the witch is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. So that's all gone. You won't be hearing from him anymore or her anymore. I feel it's a him, and that you'll be moving forward in your life. You're going to get new things happening for you. You're a creative person. You're a person who's good with visuals, like design and artistry. You have an engineering, a preciseness to what you do, like mechanics and all that, and that you should be getting going on this. Right now, it's more of an interest. It needs to move to more of a real solid career. And if you don't really need to get all the credentials at first to get started. What you need to do is get started, and you can be even just somebody who's around the situation doing errands, but you need to be in the right work. And you have the talent, so don't stop yourself. Okay? Make sense? All right. You're very, it seems like you should be a designer of some sort, maybe an interior designer or something like that. But you have a lot of artistry. You're very, very good at that. And you have the mechanical ability to do it. Like you were able to, I don't know, geometry must come very easily to you. You got it all going on, Darren. You got it all going on. The only thing that you didn't have going on was you had that person in your life that was pulling you down. So now that's done. And it's now you can clear your head out. And it's very important for you to start seeing that as fortunate that that's gone and seeing yourself as wonderful. It's a self-esteem thing because when we're in dysfunctional relationships, quite often they can bring down our self-esteem. Can you relate? I know what it's all about. Believe me, I've been there. You might also want to look into on my website an article about narcissistic abuse because I think that's what you were experiencing with that person. And then if you just Google that, narcissistic abuse, you'll come up with a myriad of resources. Okay? All right, love. All right, love. Letting you go now. Beautiful evening, honey. God bless. Thanks. Okay, I am now going to the person before. Oh, I don't know where that person went. So that means I'm going to go to Amy. Hey. Hey, everybody. Amy's my pen pal now. I love you too, Amy. Go ahead. Okay, just try to go to the question, Amy. Go to the question. Okay, go ahead. let me look. I think the answer is probably, can you be without a cell phone? I'm going to look at this. Don't say anything. But can, you know, because of a feeling that you may not need the phone for 2 weeks, that you get phone calls another way for your income and all that. And you might even enjoy a break from all that, you know, electromagnetic field stuff around you. So let me just go to that question and then we'll make a decision. By the way, these are not the kind of questions that my specialization in. I'm more into the soul and healing and all that sort of stuff, but I'm happy to look at this for you. So can she be without, what was that, Lovey? Oh, the soul of the cell phone. Okay. Will the cell phone be insulted if she doesn't use it? All right, let me just do practically. I'm going into your life, Amy, and you're calling from area code 619. Without a cell phone, will she be okay? I have a feeling that well, I think I know you're working out of an office, and that anything that you really need for income is going to go there anyway. This is for your massage business and your healing business. So I think you'll be okay if you're not hooked up for 2 weeks with anything. And that it actually, you would probably welcome, that would be a welcome break from the technology until you get the new one. So that means get rid of it now, save the money. You don't need it. That's my answer. Oh, you're cute. All right, I'm good. Oh, you're amazing. But I don't know how you can tell I'm amazing from this phone call thing about the phone, but I have a feeling that you're going to discover this. Okay, this is the soul part of it. Not having the phone is going to let you discover how this technology screws with your magnetic field, your clarity of thought, and the way you approach life. And it is quite possibly going to be a turning point to you to minimize use of that and maybe even downgrade a little bit in what you are using. So it's going to be an interesting experience. Let's see what happens, okay? Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you being here, honey. Thank you so much, love. I'm going to put you back in the queue, and I'm going to take Fran before the hour is up. Okay? Thanks, honey. Okay, going to Fran, who's got a health thing. Hey, Fran. Hi, honey. Hi, I know you've been waiting patiently. So you have a health issue. Don't tell me too much right now, but I do want to know the question without background, so I'm not influenced. What is the question about the health, about the healing? Uh, can you give me that? Okay, I'm going to say it again. Don't give me background. Just, Fran, don't tell me what it is. Just ask the question. Because I don't want to be influenced. Now I know, but I didn't want you to tell me. So just, yeah. I kind of hear a question in my head is about the following. Is physical therapy, I think you might be thinking about whether or not you really need to go for physical therapy or if it would be the best way to get the healing the fastest way possible, or should you just lay off it and take painkillers? Is this part of your decision-making process? You shouldn't take any painkiller. Well, okay, the answer is don't, you need physical therapy. You do. That will make your healing better. Do not take painkillers or anything like that. It's not going to help. And it's only going to make you less functional during the day. And you really don't need that. But I am concerned about you because this is the second time that we're discussing you and you're falling or hurting. You know what I mean? This before, you seem to be having a lot of falls. All right. What can be done? I want to go.
Yeah, I think it's,
All right, let me just ask Spirit what to do about the big picture with the falling and the hurting of your body. Hold on for a second, see if they have any. Okay, this is for Fran, 954. Okay. There's something in the tendons of your ankles that is very tight. It's like the back of your ankles is very, very tight, and it comes from your lower back. This is what they're telling me. And that what you should do on a regular basis is do some kind of like yoga or something that's loosening the lower back, relaxing it, stretching it, so that your legs and all respond better to your movements. It's almost like a reflex or something, and it has to do with tension in the lower back. So if I were to say anything to you besides the answer about the right hand, or right foot, is that there's a bigger issue, and that is that you're having issues with your spine. You may not feel it, but it's a tightening in the lower spine. And so you go to yoga or do something for the back. It's going to help keep you on balance more. It's not your fault that you're falling, but you have a tension there in the lower back. Does that make sense to you, please? You want to? Go ahead. You saw a ghost, you mean?
yeah. And it was somebody,
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Well, I'm going to just say what I said, which is yoga. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a poltergeist or not. It matters if you can hold your balance even in the middle of a stressful situation. Poltergeist, the picture we could talk about another time, but remember the body needs to be stabilized. And that's what I'm getting at today. Since we're on a health subject and the show is over now, I just want to give you that information. Okay, my love? All right. You have a beautiful night, honey, and think that through what was said. It's recorded. Maybe it'll make sense to you and you'll want to do it, okay? Thank you, love.
one last question. Who's the poltergeist gone?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me just see, honey. You're okay with the poltergeist. Don't worry about any poltergeists. There's no poltergeists about you. So just relax, okay? All right. All right, love. Ciao. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, everybody want to say goodbye. If you want to do this again, I'm coming back again next Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. If you call in 15 minutes before the hour, you have a better chance of being spoken with. I appreciate that. If you have an urgent matter, you can do a donation of $8, and I do private sessions as well at booklaura.com. If you put in radio show as the event code, you will obtain a third more time free. Love working with you all. Thank you so much for allowing me and Spirit to be of service. Namaste.